Welcome to the Pagan Playground, your stop for book reviews, random pagan thoughts, and ideas on maybe the Sabbats and the Esbits, as I am still working my way on the path, as this has been my first full turn of the wheel from Yule to this past Yule. I still feel that I'm still at the beginning, and for my first venture into this particular little idea of a channel, I will be reviewing The Complete Idiot's Guide to Wicca Craft. Not Wicca the craft, but craft items you make for the craft. Now, I don't consider myself Wiccan, because the way I've been researching it has been much more coven-based. Even though you can be solitary, there's still certain things that are sort of that kind of squish you in a corner, and I just kind of do what works for me. As you can see, my lovely altar in the background. There you go. And I got this library. As you can tell, I've saved pages to write down my notes. And there are some really, really cool ideas in here. And they're not, impossible to do. Like with the Look a Year in the Day by whatever the heck his name is now. They seem to think everybody's a rich witch. And they ain't. So, that I think I shall do a separate video on. And maybe the quality will get a little better, but since this channel is on this computer, it'd be too complicated to mix everything on the camera, and this is why everything's So, yeah, it's everything in there is you have to have, where do you find frankincense? And unless you know Three Wise Men, it's and yeah, you can go on, line, and if you're lucky enough to be actually near a metaphysical store. The one that I may have sort of been able to get to, it's their city's a giant parking lot, and they just Main Street right through it. I'm like, nope, you lost a customer. If I'm going to get killed getting to your shop, why not? Same thing with the other one that I managed to just sort of, oh look. It's so there's none of these awesome places near me, and when I do find them, they're really expensive. So it's well, it's not about the item per se, and I like the fact that this author, who is Maria, I've been calling her Linguini throughout the book, but it's Linguana, and Nina Metzner. Now, Metzner is the one that's actually writing most of it, and then the sidebars are from the other person. But these are much more practical for the everyday person who lives in reality. And, of course, with all the idiot's guides, you have your, caution tale, little caution blurbs. Here. Your magical properties in craft working. In Wittershins, which is what they call the little caution box. And Summon and Stirs, where the other author kind of puts in her 2 cents there. And some of the ideas that I've saved were for making a talisman. I doubt it's the garlic one there. Talismans to wear and carry, and they use things like, paper mache, or rocks you find on the beach, or, just look down, you'll find a rock, is where I found my little fairy door, which you can't quite see, it's right there, I think. Using a matchbox, which is another one I saved, to use as a talisman holder. And simple things like that, and there's things that are good for the solitary. There's a note in here that when I make my own candles, because it's just convenient for me to do. And I never thought how after you make your candle, the top kind of sinks in. I never knew you could punch holes in it to make that not happen. Thank you, book. About making a poppet. And little things like that. They're good, practical things, yet profound in the way of the path. So I've been totally enjoying this book. And of course you could find it on Amazon. Let's see. It's not Maria, it's M-I-R-I. Oh no, okay, I guess it is Maria, but it's spelled differently. Has been a practicing Wiccan priestess for almost 23 years. She received her training in eclectic Celtic tradition. High priestess for 14 years, and now she's a solitary or informal groups. She's in the Pacific Northwest, and the other one is a freelance. Nina Meltzner is a freelance writer and educational consultant who lives with her cats, Remy and Minu. Okay. Unleash the magical, creative force within and being a handcrafter, which is one more thing that kind of drew me into the path where it's more of a hands-on thing. Coming from a Christian background, I just hit this wall where it's like, where's the rest of the story? Where's the part that actually, involves me and doing stuff? And it's like, you will wait, and if you do this and do that, and it's like, there's something else missing, and I kind of found it through here. Prepare moon oils to draw down the moon. Craft robes, amulets, and pentagrams. Build your own altar, and she goes from making a box to making like a cabinet here. Even a portable one for worship on the road. Runes, spirits, fairy bells, you name it, it's covered in here. And it doesn't go into the practices. This bit is based on, if you know about Wicca and paganism and all that stuff already, and you want to know how to make the tools, this is what you want. And it's fun, I love it. And it means more when you make your own items, or at least have some sort of hands-on connection to it. So, I love this thing. I don't want to give it back. So, that is my first little intro into this channel. And it's so strange because I have another channel that we'll see how quickly these things intermix. I want to do like my old outro. So, thank you for watching. Do remember to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And blessed be.